My name is Magdalena Pilichowska. I'm a qualified lawyer in Poland, and I have recently passed all the QLTS assessments on my first attempt. I completed my master's at the University of Gdańsk in Poland, and subsequently I took a solicitor's training in Poland as well, which at that stage was 3.5 years, completed with the bar exam. After I obtained my qualification in Poland, I worked both in-house and in law firms, working for companies like Tesco, PwC. A few years ago, I was headhunted to the Middle East from one of the biggest companies in the Middle East, and I was mainly involved in corporate and commercial matters of their business. This was the point when my career became more international, because I was involved in international cross-border transactions, working with international companies based worldwide. I decided to take the QLTS for a few different reasons. First of all was personal development. But the second reason was the fact that I was exposed in my career to international legal matters, a lot of commercial contracts being governed by the laws of England and Wales. And at that point, I realized that it's quite essential, if you want to provide a legal, comprehensive advice to your client, that you need to understand what the common law system is. And for me, being a civil law qualified lawyer, it was even more important to understand what this is about. I decided to take the preparation course with the QLTS School, as I've done a lot of research online and I was working full-time. I was really interested in someone who can provide a comprehensive training preparation course that will guide you from day one until the final completion. And from my research, what I've learned at that stage, the QLTS School was providing the best package that could guide you through the whole process until you become duly qualified. My experience of studying with QLTS School was actually very good. I have to say that I was really satisfied with all the materials that QLTS School provided, and this includes both hard copies and everything that was provided online. I was also very satisfied with the support of a tutor that I had from QLTS School, and at the end of the day I was really also satisfied with their responsiveness to any problems or questions that I have ever raised during the whole journey. I have to say that as for the MCT test, the most beneficial for me were mock tests provided online. They really give you attention to details that you might miss when you read just books. You might miss something, or you might assume that you understand something, but really only when you do those mock tests then you realize how much more you have to learn. And as for the OSCE assessment, I believe the most important part was support of a tutor. I started to prepare to MCT test around 6 months before the test. At that stage I was working full-time, so I could devote around 3-4 hours a day to study. So I was getting up very early, around 4 or 5 a.m. Every morning. I was studying before I went to the office, then during lunch breaks, and around 1 hour in the evening. Then I was studying, of course, during my weekends, which was around 5-6 hours a day. After the MCT results came, I decided to take the OSCE part straight away, which literally gave me 4 months to prepare to the exam, which is much more challenging than the MCT. At that stage of my life, I was moving to a different country for family reasons, and I decided, it was my conscious decision, to take a gap in my career to prepare for the OSCE, as I had only 4 months. So I literally devoted this 4 months of my life studying 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week to prepare for the second part. I have to say that I felt pretty confident as for the MCT. However, as for the OSCE, I felt pretty confident with my legal knowledge. But at that stage, I was really stressed out about legal skills that you have to deliver within the certain amount of time. And the time pressure is enormous during the OSCE assessment. So I was confident with my legal knowledge, but a bit stressed out with how whole exam looks like. Becoming a dually qualified solicitor, qualified both in civil and common law jurisdiction, gives you a unique understanding of legal system across the world. So it enhances your position on a legal market, and it gives you an opportunity really to work internationally on cross-border transaction and be well recognized as a well-qualified person and a credible lawyer to your customers. Yes, I definitely think that you need a preparation course. This is a very, very challenging exam, so especially when you are a civil law qualified system without professional support, it would be very difficult to pass this exam. I have 2 points to advise people who are considering taking the QLTS assessment. First is study hard, devote as much time as you possibly can, and don't give up when you have a moment of doubt. Second thing, and it would be especially for civil law qualified lawyers, my advice would be do not overestimate your previous experience and knowledge that you gained in a civil law country, because especially when it comes to litigation, civil or criminal, conveyancing as well as wills and probate, most of your experience most likely will be irrelevant. You have to learn from scratch and you have to practice your skills, and this is the way how you can pass it. I would recommend around 5 to 6 months before the MCT and around 8 months for the OSCE if you work full-time and if you are a civil law qualified lawyer. I would definitely recommend the QLTS to any lawyer who wants to work internationally. Nowadays, the majority of international and cross-border transactions will be governed by the laws of England and Wales. Hence, it is absolutely essential to have a good academic background and a proper understanding of the laws of England and Wales. In order to be an effective and modern lawyer, first of all, you have to be capable of working internationally. Nowadays, in the date of globalization, it is more than likely that you will come across cross-border transaction, international contracts. In order to provide your clients with a comprehensive, proper advice, you have to have a good understanding of different legal systems. So if you have an understanding of civil and common law jurisdiction, that gives you this unique capability of providing your clients with everything they need to, and to build the trust, confidence and credibility that is required on a legal market.